So, Luke, welcome to the first coaching video we're going to be doing together. We're going to be doing 4 over a 4-week period. I just thought the best place to start for us would be a little introduction of what I'm doing, and then we can go on to what you're doing within the business currently at the moment.
Yeah.
So currently I'm working out of Swan Valley as a team manager, working within the operation, looking after the loading part of the operation currently, while also managing a small team of colleagues through the day-to-day jobs. So what's you're currently doing within Morrison's?
Yeah, so I currently work within the logistics support office, so up at head office. Currently responsible for all of the WGIG activity which happens across the network. So working with a number of different teams at head office, so commercial, supply chain, and technical, and then also then from the logistics side, then communicating information out to the 7 sites and working through projects on different things that the WGIG team are sort of looking to bring in.
Amazing. So it sounds like you're responsible for quite a big operation there.
Yeah, it's quite a lot going on at the moment. So yeah,
it's through Swan Valley we see the WGIG lines come in as well. So you see what you're doing come through us. So yeah, sounds very exciting.
Indeed, yeah.
So going on to obviously the coaching part, the model I'll be using is GROW. So just to talk you through that is goal, reality, options, and then will. And then within that, there is obviously you can break that down into smaller bits and look at bite-sized chunks of how we're going to use this model to hopefully develop a skill. Yeah. So starting at that, what sort of area is it maybe an area that you don't feel too confident in and you'd like to develop in these coaching videos?
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things for me at the moment is doing a lot of sort of presenting of sort of ideas and sort of processes to quite senior management. So whether that be within logistics or with the sort of commercial team. So, I think a big area of growth for me would definitely be around that sort of presentation piece of sort of how I come across, and then also what I'm saying and how I'm presenting that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's definitely an area we can work on together. I think that's very important within your role, is being able to relay your ideas effectively across to the commercial team, like you mentioned, or the senior managers you're working with.
Yeah.
I think that's a good area to get at. So if we was to sort of rank your confidence out of 1 to 10 currently, and then where you'd want to be by the end of these coaching videos, how would that look at?
I'd say sort of probably at the moment, probably sort of a 4 or 5. I think, I know what I want to say. It's that sort of piece of how you come across, and that confidence base is definitely something which I'd look to work on, and by the end of this, hopefully, get that up to sort of 8, 9, 10. Maybe we'll see. I don't think never probably going to be 100% confident in that presenting, but definitely can improve it.
Amazing. Just making note of all that. So when you're presenting, how do you feel? Is it a confidence thing you're struggling with, or is it actually having the material ready for you when you're presenting? What sort of areas is it do you feel within the presenting that you struggle with at the moment?
I think the main thing for me is sort of that confidence piece. I think I'm a level 2 in the organisation, and I'm presenting ideas to the people who are working at sort of level 5, level 6 in the organisation. So there's that piece of that sort of like, am I sort of in the right place? Do I know what I'm talking about? Will they sort of listen and sort of give me the time of day in that sense? So I think that's probably the biggest area.
Amazing. So what do you think would be beneficial? Do you think collecting feedback after you're presenting would be something that would be beneficial as a starting point?
Yeah, I think definitely getting some feedback, whether it's sort of going into those presentations or those I'd sort of sharing with those senior management with my line manager, and then be able to give me some feedback on sort of how I've done. Yeah, I definitely think that's sort of something that would be able to help.
Amazing. When is your next occasion to be presenting to maybe your line manager or senior managers?
Probably be some point early next week, I'd imagine. There's, like you said, there's quite a lot of stuff going on, so sure I'll have a conversation with someone next week.
So I think as a first objective that we can get out of this is to collect some feedback from your line manager, whoever you're presenting, early next week, and then we can bring that back to our coaching session next week.
Yeah, sounds
Amazing.
good.
Got some other questions here. So in terms of presenting, what have you worked on so far? Is there anything that you've done that you found has been beneficial to you, or is it still just something that's been a bit of a difficult area for you for a while?
I think I always have sort of like the information, available to me. I know what I want to say and what the impact of that is on different areas and stuff like that. I think, I guess, it's that piece around that, like I say, it's that confidence piece, how do I try and improve that in different ways?
Amazing. So have you ever received any constructive feedback, anything that's may have been useful for you? Is anything that maybe not been too positive when you've been presenting?
I don't think I've really ever sort of collated feedback doing presentations at work. Obviously, when I was doing presentations sort of through school and through university, got feedback there around sort of like I said, I knew what I was talking about, but a lot around sort of the speed at which I sort of present, and how quickly I sometimes, when I feel nervous or things like that, often speed up when I'm talking. So often get a lot of feedback around trying to be clearer in what I'm saying.
Okay. So I think if we can get some sort of specific feedback based on certain areas of your presenting. So before presenting, maybe you speak to whoever you're presenting to, could you please feedback to me on the speed I'm presenting at by the end of the presentation, as this is an area I'm trying to work on? I think that could be really beneficial rather than just giving feedback on a general presentation. If we get it on a specific part of the presentation itself, maybe really beneficial to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I think that is enough to go and get at for the first session. We've gone through obviously the grow model and the part we want to work on for you. So we will meet back next week for the next session and see how you got on with your presenting and the feedback you've collected from it.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Ollie.
Amazing. See you later.